Hey horse tubers, so got another video here for you, and today I'm doing a what's in my grooming tote video. If you want to look right here, this is pretty much exactly how I stack this thing, completely jam-packed full of stuff. It's gross, it's grimy, it's at the barn. We're at the barn, so this is how it is. Usually I have a couple rags on top, and that's just for days that I have to either wipe his face down with some baby oil to get some dust off, or sheath cleaning day if you need to have a rag or something handy. We got a couple of those. Right on top I usually have my bit wipes. Dakota went through this terrible phase where he was difficult to bridle, and it was suggested to go ahead and try some applesauce on the bit in order to make him accept it better. And I found this to be a less messy alternative. These are just horse armor peppermint flavored bit wipes. We don't use them all the time, just something every once in a while to give him a little change of pace. But right now my buddy Michelle's been using them because her horse is going through the same problem right now, and she's finding it a little bit helpful. So we have those on top. Also crammed in here I have my hoof ointment. I have two different types. I like to switch it up every once in a while. So I have the Absorbing Hoof Flex Therapeutic Conditioner, which is a little bit of a thicker ointment, and then this one is the 5-in-1 Hoof Care Hoof Heal, and this is a nice one to have if you're just going to slap something on quickly and go out and ride. I always have my Clear Swat ointment. It's been used quite a bit. Actually, this jar has gotten me through. This is the second summer I've used this same jar for 2 horses now, and it's still hanging out. You don't use a lot. I just take a dab of it and do a half moon underneath each eye before we go out and ride. It keeps the gnats away from his face. I take what's left over, rub it on my hands, and then wipe it on his ears, and it keeps the bugs off of his ears. But it's technically made to repel flies on wounds when they have those, and it's nice and clear. You just slap it right over a wound, and it keeps the bugs off. So it's a nice little thing to have in either your medical kit or your tack box. So as far as brushes and stuff like that, I usually start my grooming out with one of the curries. I like this rubber curry. It's just a regular old black small tooth massaging rubber curry. I usually start my grooming with that. If he's extra dirty, then I'll use this nice big tooth curry comb, and it usually just sits right here on the side because I have room in the tack box for it. This was part of the kit I got when I very first started taking lessons here and started leasing my horse. One of the first purchases I made before I even owned a horse was my own grooming utensils here, and this was part of that kit. I just kept them because they hold up really good. They're synthetic bristles, and they bleach really well in water when I have to clean them. So this is a flicker brush and a hard brush, and it came with a soft brush, which is kind of nice. I have 2 face brushes. This one I got more recently because it's really soft. Softer than this one. These are nice and soft, but these bristles are awesome. This is just a face brush that I got at the Tractor Supply. It says Decker FB21 if you wanted a brand. I keep a couple of mane and tail brushes in here. This is the Oster brush. Everybody loves these things. This is great. This one came with the kit and actually works just as well. It's just a little bit smaller, but it's great. And then over here I have a nice grooming tool for when they're shedding. It's a nice little shed block, and you can tell this has been worn pretty well. It's just a little pumice stone, and when it starts to get uneven, you just take it, rub it against a cement surface, and it flattens it right back out again. So this thing's been through a whole 2 shedding seasons now for 2 horses as well. Baby oil. Gotta have the baby oil. It's great for shining up their muzzles if you're going to go to a show or you want them to be extra pretty. And it's an essential when you're doing sheath cleaning if you have a gelding. Enough to say about that. Here's a face curry brush. A lot softer than my other curries, and I feel comfortable using this on his face, on his cheekbones, or if I'm doing his legs, it's soft enough where I can use this curry down his legs and it's not going to bug him or irritate him. I got a pair of Oster clippers. I'm a vet tech, so Oster is the clipper brand that I use most frequently in practice. And these are the Titans. They're very heavy duty. I've had this same pair of clippers for about 10 years now, and they've never failed me. The only thing I have to do is change the blade every once in a while. In here, we got some sunscreen and some Band-Aid, or some elastics for braiding. Lots of different colors, black, white. I keep them just kind of attached here for easy access. Hoof pick. Got a couple of these floating around. This one is just a 3-in-1. It's got the brush, it's got the hoof pick, and it's got a scraper on the end. It's my favorite one, and it's so used, it's like sideways. I have a sweat scraper. I have a separate sweat scraper in my cleaning bucket where I keep all their bathing stuff, but that just happened to be in there because we scraped them when we sprayed them off yesterday. Off bug spray. That's for me. For when we go out on trail rides, it's nice to have. I got the Do More Winning Sheen. It's just a coat conditioner. And I'll go ahead and spray these on at the same time as I do his flying bug repellent. I'll just go down my horse and just spray him with both of these. And then brush him a little bit afterwards. No thrush. I love this powdered version of a thrush treatment. It's the only dry version that's out right now, and it's pretty awesome. I've used it in like a thrushy horse's foot, but I've also used it for rain rot. It's pretty good for that on one of my friend's horses that's here, and she said that's cleared up her horse's rain rot she had between its ears and up by its forelock pretty well. I've never used it for myself for that, but but for her, she liked it pretty well. But it says for scratches or coat fungus or anything, but it's come in handy. It's just a little powder. Cowboy Magic, I got 2 vials of that. I had the small stuff, and when I was first getting into this, I got this, the small size, and I realized I loved this stuff, and I ended up getting a giant bottle. So I'm just waiting for this one to run out. Sometimes I grab it from this because I'm lazy. I can't find this one. But this is a nice little size I'll probably keep just to keep in a tote to bring to like a show or something as a pocket version. And MTG, this stuff's awesome. Shake it up really good because it all settles at the bottom. But MTG we use on the manes and tails, and it helps their tail and mane grow in really thick. If you've seen Dakota's mane, it's really thick. He's on Smart Pack supplements also, but the other thing that we do, besides using a nice conditioner in his mane and tail, but we also use the MTG pretty frequently.